Hi, this is Dr. Pete Bunkins. Thanks for watching my video. This video is on what to avoid or what not to do in early recovery. What I found to be very, very important that I didn't learn till later was that overconfidence can kill. Being overconfident is one of the biggest traps in recovery. Thinking you know more than you do, thinking you can handle things by yourself, thinking you have the right to go around lecturing people how to get sober when you're not even a year sober, making more of your own efforts to control things than is really there can really put you in an early grave. Overconfidence is usually seen by people that interrupt, they're loud, they're forceful. A lot of the aggressive behaviors that occur when many people are drinking or drugging take a while to dissipate. It takes a while to stop doing them. It takes a while to stop being someone with all the answers. So you have to realize that, the word no has to disappear when it comes to taking advice from people who've gotten sober for a long time. The word can't has to go. The word but has to go. You don't want to be like a motorboat and but everything someone says. You want to be open-minded to new ideas and new suggestions. 4 or 5 million people that are sober in 12-step programs, just one of the 12-step programs, and probably 3-4 million in another, can't all be wrong. And if you do a survey of those people, they all say the same things. It's just said in different ways and you hear them at different times, but it's all about realizing we don't have the control we think we do, and we have to be very, very humble. We know very, very, very little about addiction. I've been studying addiction for 52 years, 32 sober, and I don't want to talk about the other time. I've been studying it 32 years, and I really don't think we know very much about addiction. I know a lot about addiction. I've written books, I've read a couple hundred books, I've read monographs, articles. I've got a PhD with a dissertation on relapse prevention from drugs and alcohol from the University of Florida in 1994 that's published in the dissertation abstracts book. I've got 3 books written on addiction, I've written articles. I still don't think I know very much about addiction. So that idea had to really, well, I never really had that idea because I could see from the beginning how really corrupt and dark this disease is, and we can't possibly know much about that side of life or death, really. The other variable that really kills a lot of people is deep resentment. Having an attitude, which a lot of alcoholics and addicts have when they get sober and clean, because they have a low-grade depression. If you've been adjusting depressants or even uppers and downers or hallucinogens, or you've been using drugs in combination with other drugs, you're really going to develop a depression. If you're using sedatives, you're ingesting a depressant, so you will become depressed. It's normal for us to become depressed, and it takes a while to get out of that. So one of the things we do in recovery is we make a decision to take responsibility for our resentments. And we had a part in every one of them. We were either in the wrong place, or we said the second person starts the fight. So if someone starts with you and you fire back, you're really promoting it. So you have a choice now that you're sober and clean to say what you're thinking instead of say what your emotions are telling you to say. So the resentment is usually old unfinished business with anger, with parents, with brother, with sister, with bullies, with someone who harmed you when you were young or somewhere along the way, or the person that betrayed you, the girlfriend that let you down. And you have to realize at one point that life's not fair and things happen, but we have an ability to cope with all this and heal. So that's what the 12 steps help you with. They put you in a position where your life is fairly stable and where you're emotionally healthy. And that's an offer you can't refuse. If you've seen The Godfather, you understand that. You have to accept the idea that I need to do what's in my best interest. I'm a winner. I'm joining the winning team, and I'm not willing to be a loser anymore. The third trap in recovery that you should really, really watch for is prescription medication. Drugs that are prescribed after an appointment with a dentist, appendicitis, any operation, flu, for example, are very, very useful if you use them properly. If you're an addict, alcoholic, you have to watch any mood-altering chemical, and that includes alcohol and pot for us, being a catalyst back to addiction. So you really have to watch, if you're using any medication at all, that you don't keep it a secret. We're as sick as our secrets. So it's really important to talk about it. If you're concerned, you may want to have somebody hold it and give it to you as prescribed. You may want to make a decision to share something with a best friend or a sponsor or your wife or your husband. You may want to keep them out in the open where people can see them, so you're not really hiding anything. And if you get cravings to use, pray, go to a meeting, talk to someone, find out what you're thinking. One of the characteristics of good, strong recovery the first year is to know what you're thinking and be able to change your thoughts that are negative into positive thoughts and spiritual thoughts, and start living a life based on positive actions and positive thoughts, and your feelings will change to where you will start feeling really good about life and people. Thank you very much for listening. These three traps are paramount, but are resolvable if you work on them and share them. Thank you.